The thing that I loved, and I mean loved, is his ability to slide and his movement skills in the pocket and still being able to create space, not eyeballing the rush, but feeling the rush.
A lot of this is just getting some guys ready who are playing on Saturday. So
Joe Flacco has been named the starting quarterback for Week 1 of the NFL season, but what really happened in training camp tells a totally different story. Sure, Flacco's experience might have gifted him the job, but one player has been stealing all the attention with his explosive performances, Shedeur Sanders. Even without being handed the starting role, Sanders has proven again and again that he has the talent to be the true future of this team. From laser-sharp throws to 2 eye-popping touchdown passes in his very first preseason game, Shedeur has made it crystal clear he's ready to battle at the highest level. So here's the real question. Why are the Browns refusing to give him a fair chance as their starter? Are they blindly ignoring a superstar who could change the entire future of this franchise? In this video, we break down exactly why Shedeur Sanders might be the quarterback Cleveland is afraid to unleash.
When he comes in, whenever that happens, I could see him reinvigorating the Browns a little bit and leading you to a really fun afternoon of football. Can I make a prediction?
Yeah.
Beats the Bengals and knocks him out of the playoffs last game of the season.
Everyone is glued to see what happens if Shedeur Sanders lights it up in the third preseason game. This might be his golden chance to lock down the QB2 spot on the roster. But even if the coaches play politics and it doesn't happen, the hope isn't dead. Shedeur's presence alone has already electrified this team, something the Browns have been starving for years. Reporters and analysts are openly predicting that Shedeur will eventually snatch the starting role this season, and when that day comes, it won't just be a quarterback switch. It'll be a full-blown shockwave of energy and hype through every Browns game. Fans are itching for the moment Shedeur finally gets unleashed to prove the critics wrong. While the debate continues over whether Shedeur Sanders will finally get a fair shot to play in the NFL this season, one thing is undeniable. Shedeur is more than ready. He isn't begging for approval, and he's already putting both Joe Flacco and Dillon Gabriel on notice, showing exactly why scouts rate him so highly. In a jaw-dropping moment at training camp, Shedeur fired a perfect throw, a pure dime that landed flawlessly in the runner's hands. It was textbook execution, the kind of pass no defender could touch and only the intended receiver could secure. With that accuracy, perfect timing, and the calm swagger he displayed, it's obvious he's not just ready. He's daring the Browns to let him compete at the highest level. And this moment has definitely changed the narrative. According to Mary Kay Cabot, Shedeur Sanders is now lined up to get playing time in the final preseason game, giving him a massive chance to leave a lasting mark. Cabot stresses that this matchup could be a turning point for Sanders, forcing head coach Kevin Stefanski to rethink his stubborn outlook and maybe even give Shedeur a bigger role on the roster. She also confirmed that Shedeur has fully healed from his oblique strain and is fired up to rise to the challenge. The Browns know they can't hide him forever. It's time to see if they're bold enough to let him prove where he truly belongs.
A bit of news there as well. Shedeur Sanders returned to practice today from his oblique strain suffered last week, and it looks to me like he's got a pretty decent shot of playing some against the Rams on Saturday in that dress rehearsal game. I think they really want to see him one more time. He had that really nice debut against the Panthers, and I think they want to get him out there and get him a little bit more live action before he potentially has to play at some point this season.
This also explains why Kevin Stefanski has been so secretive about the quarterback depth chart behind Joe Flacco. When reporters pushed him for an update, his answer was the same weak and non-committal line, "We'll make that call in a couple of days." Such a vague response only fuels the growing speculation about the backup spot, leaving both fans and analysts wondering if Stefanski is stalling, waiting to see if Shedeur Sanders explodes in the final preseason game before being forced to make a real decision. It's obvious Stefanski is hiding behind silence, avoiding early commitments because he knows one great performance from Shedeur could flip his entire plan upside down.
What do you plan to do at quarterback for the dress rehearsal game, and what is the timeline for naming Week 1 starter?
yeah, I want to get through the next couple days, but certainly that's something that we're going to do here sooner than later.
Kevin Stefanski has taken a slow and careful approach with Shedeur Sanders, stressing the need to give players opportunities without rushing them back too quickly from injuries. He argued that forcing someone into action before they're ready isn't the right move. Stefanski claimed their top priority is supporting players, making sure they develop at the right pace and aren't pushed beyond their limits. This paints him as cautious and overly protective when it comes to managing talent. But not everyone is buying that excuse. Ryan Clark has been openly blasting Stefanski for refusing to name Shedeur Sanders as the starter, calling the decision weak and misguided. Ryan Clark believes Shedeur Sanders could be the long-term answer for the Browns, insisting that Joe Flacco's experience alone should never be the deciding factor. He argues the team should have focused on real long-term solutions like Dillon Gabriel and Shedeur Sanders. Both quarterbacks clearly show massive potential for the future, and Clark feels the Browns completely wasted a golden chance to develop that talent. His point is that the franchise shouldn't just care about surviving this season, but about building a foundation for lasting success. By ignoring Gabriel and Sanders, Clark believes the Browns have made a short-sighted move that could cripple their future and keep them stuck in mediocrity.
I think that's the wrong move. I think you should have looked at one of these rookies to see if you had your franchise quarterback in the building, whether it's Shedeur Sanders or Dillon Gabriel, who I felt both had good debuts here in the preseason. You know what Joe Flacco is. Don't make the comfortable, familiar decision. Figure out if one of these young men that you drafted in the 3rd or the 5th round could be the guy.
As the debate rages on over who should truly be the Browns' starting quarterback, one thing is impossible to deny. Shedeur Sanders has already proven he's ready for the challenge. From his laser-accurate throws in training camp to his eye-catching preseason highlights, Sanders has shown again and again that he has the tools to make a real impact. Yet, despite his undeniable talent, Joe Flacco still holds the starting spot. And the burning question is, has Kevin Stefanski sacrificed the future just to lean on outdated experience? Ryan Clark's harsh criticism of the Browns makes it clear that many believe the team is blowing it by refusing to give Shedeur a legitimate shot at the starting role. With his potential for long-term success, Shedeur Sanders could easily be the key to the Browns' future. Many believe the team should already be thinking beyond this season, focusing on building a lasting foundation instead of clinging to short-term fixes. Both Shedeur and Dillon Gabriel offer exciting possibilities that could reshape the franchise for years. But by stubbornly sticking with Joe Flacco for now, the Browns might be throwing away a golden chance to develop their real future quarterback. Yet Kevin Stefanski's overly cautious style of player management, especially in how he handled Shedeur's injury recovery, shows he's more focused on being careful than bold. The fact that he's dragging his feet with Sanders and refusing to commit only fuels more speculation and frustration. In the end, the true turning point will come in the final preseason game. Will Shedeur Sanders' performance finally force the Browns to rethink their quarterback depth chart? Only time will tell, but one thing is undeniable. Shedeur Sanders has already made his case, and the Browns can't keep ignoring his potential. So, what do you think? Should the Browns really keep riding with Joe Flacco as their starter, or is it time to hand the keys to Shedeur Sanders? Do you honestly believe Flacco's fading experience is enough to carry this team, or should the Browns wake up and start building for the future with Sanders or Dillon Gabriel? Is Kevin Stefanski being smart by playing it safe, or is he flat out blowing a chance to finally develop a long-term answer at quarterback? Will Shedeur Sanders finally force the Browns to move on from Joe Flacco, or will Stefanski keep ignoring the future? Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more explosive Browns updates.